time.
I want to say I'm ready, but I don't want to be too cocky. So because I'll lose.
You won one time and now you're like, yeah, let's fucking go, bitch.
My ego, astronomical.
I will say, season 2, the rock, paper, scissors are not going the way that they seem to go. Maybe the tides are turning here. Maybe not.
You just jinxed me.
Ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ooh.
Oh.
I gotta lock in. All right.
No, don't lock in because then I'm going to lose.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Fuck! Damn it!
Yippee!
Okay, Anakin Skywalker from Phantom Menace. Matches my Skywalker shirt.
It's literally because I went to the Academy Museum yesterday and I saw a screening of it in 35mm film, which was fantastic, by the way.
Yippee!
Like when I heard that, I was like, this, they say yippee in that film like 4 times. Jar Jar says it. Anakin says it. I'm like,
Listen, 1999 was a different time, or whenever that movie came out.
I'm at best. Excuse you. He was phenomenal. He seems really cool, by the way. He was there.
He seems like a cool dude. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Allie. This is Meg. We are rated MA, and today we are continuing our season 1 rewatch of Andor. This is episode 11. We're almost done. This episode is called Daughters of Ferrix. We're super excited to get into it. We just watched One Way Out, which did make me cry. Spoiler alert. It's a great episode. Meg and I do take notes during our review and reaction portion, just so that we can discuss everything at the end. So if you see us looking down, that's what we're doing. I promise we are paying attention. But without any further ado, Meg, anything you want to add before we jump in?
We're just going to ignore the way I was holding my notebook. That's all I'm going to say.
I didn't see it, or I would have made fun of her. So let's jump in. This is so Lord of the Rings, Gollum and Frodo trying to climb the mountain, trying to get to Mordor.
Real.
I hear you. My hands will work. I said, I hear you. Tell me to leave it.
I love Melshi.
They're leaving. We're gonna have to get rid of that bedding.
Oh,
save it for
I
last.
forgot Marva dies off screen.
Cupid wanted a king.
That's a great shot.
B2.
Oh, B.
I'll have them clear the room if you want to be alone.
I don't want to be alone. I want Mama Marva.
My heart breaks for him.
I love him.
Okay, that's actually a really cool shot, but I'm still depressed.
Yeah, I like that the windows are like one's kind of more of a fisheye and the other's more of a regular.
I have such a soft spot for the droids, it's insane.
My favorite droids are sassy serial killers, so if you know Chopper and K2, you understand what I'm talking about.
It looks like it's just these two.
Why is Melshi laying like a whore? Dragging your dick through the sand. Get up! Do you think they've explored each other's bodies? Say yes.
Yes.
Good answer.
Is that good?
Melshi said, I'm going. Bye. Melshi's like slipping through the sand. This webbing freaks me out. I hate the way it looks.
How much time do we have?
2 days. That's the Ferrix custom.
What's that?
The dead are bricked. They mix your ashes with mortar and local stone dust, put your name on and fire it up. You become a block of Ferrix brick.
I love these creatures. I love how they look. They look so good.
Do you know the name of these creatures?
I don't.
What?
Not much squiggly now.
Ugh.
No biggie dinner tonight, like past times, so greedy.
Like those are very clearly like prosthetics. They look amazing. Those are not CGI characters.
How long do you think they're in the makeup chair for?
I think they're in suits, so a few hours probably. A janky ass ship. I forgot about this.
This will be interesting.
Look at the suit of armor behind her.
That's really cool. I
It's
like the
so-
framing of that shot.
You're off the rails. You're lucky he's not here. I gave him Aldani.
I could also see those two together.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if Clay is the one recruiting people, she could have been the one that recruited Vel.
She could have been.
Well, let him know. Do that.
It's an interesting power dynamic because between the two of them, I don't actually know who has more power. I think it's her. I think it's Clea, but
I'm charging.
You've been there all day. I'll take the afternoon off.
This is so realistic to after a loved one dies. This makes me think of like when my grandma died.
He's in the stone now. She's on her way.
I can wait to make sure.
I can't leave you here alone. She wouldn't want that.
Oh.
You could stay.
I care about this stupid little droid so much.
He's one of my favorite characters in all of Andor.
He's like a dog or a child. He's like a dog. I love my doggy. That was cool.
I love how they use that though to show like how disoriented she is. It's such a good visual use of that.
She loves it. And her friends. It's the only thing she shows up on time for. It's mad.
Yielding in acceptance, safe in the braid of the old.
I can't believe this.
So it's like a religion.
It's like an old tradition. It's an old marriage tradition is what it seems to be.
I thought Tay could help me replace the credits and get me started again, but what he really did was discover just how much more trouble I was in.
At least he found out. That could have been way worse.
This can't be exposed. I know that.
Genevieve O'Reilly is so beautiful.
She is.
She's so like elegant looking. Man, we haven't seen Cyril in so long. I forgot about him.
Just scenes between those two. I love it.
The mother! You were talking about Andor. Yeah, she's passed away. Andor's mother? There's lots of back and forth with Coruscant about it. He's there? No, I'm in Molana. Where is Andor? Yes, that's it. He might show up at the funeral.
Look, like he's looking cute right now.
I was thinking, man, he is really hot, isn't he? I like his like fluffy hair.
You were so eager for it.
ISB knows Krieger's plan. They'll be waiting for it.
And how do we know this?
I won't tell you that. It's Tubes.
My man, he tells me everything. Tell him he deserves to know.
What is this? What kind of game is this?
Two Tubes is such a cool character design. I love the way his character looks.
Waiting for his mom to leave?
So he can make a phone call in peace, maybe?
Possibly.
Oh.
Or steal stuff.
I need a drawer like that. Are you kidding me?
We need that piece. We lose that and we'll have to close shop.
There's nothing more you can do.
That's never true.
I like that line.
Need to think of the consequences of losing that piece to another collector.
I'm preparing for every outcome. Luthen?
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about this.
Please identify yourself, Holcroft.
I need an active transponder ID. Preference Alderaan.
Preference Alderaan.
Is there something wrong, Patrol? There's been partisan activity in the area. This is a piracy zone.
Oh, thank you for the warning. I'll be careful.
Out the tractor beam.
Not the tractor beam.
That's what I just said. Bitch, if I'm on my way home and you start hailing me, fuck off.
Alderaan Trade Alliance.
Cancel the boarding?
No. We can use the practice.
Oh,
Prepare for
that's
boarding
great.
and inspection, Holcroft.
Engage reverse stabilizers on my throttle.
Acknowledged.
One thing about these scenes is I was like, how did they not hear him talking to his system?
I guess he's communicating back, like intercom? Like maybe he's pressing something and we just don't see it?
I guess that's all I can think of. Cause like he's like, sorry, sir, engage thrusters. Like that's the only thing. They do it in every Star Wars project, and I'm always like, but how?
Maybe it's like a directional thing, like it's only activated like when you're in that direction.
I forgot about this.
I love him. That ship is nasty.
Fuck your tractor beam. They want to know about this guy. They come out shooting. Typical Empire behavior.
Yeah, pretty much.
I could watch an entire show about Luthen.
I wish they would actually make a show about Luthen.
Like a young Luthen, like it could be a different actor, I suppose, but like young Luthen growing up in the time of the Jedi and the fall, like after Order 66.
That was
Give
sick.
me a Luthen show. He said, fuck your TIE fighters. See, now you look stupid and embarrassed, bitch. And your tractor beam doesn't work. Die.
I'm not getting picture.
Oh.
Cassian? Don't. No names. Cass, I'm sorry. Your mother's dead.
Diego Luna is such an incredible actor. It truly surprises me that he's not a leading man in more stuff.
I hope after this next season of Andor that he does get those kind of roles more.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, he's phenomenal. Like, just the emotion that he invokes.
Yeah. Everything okay?
He lied to Melshi.
Take this. People have to know about this.
By Melshi.
Oh, it reminds me of the shot from Rogue One when him and Jin die on the beach. Shut up. Shut up with your sad violins, Nicholas Bertel. That episode hurt. That episode was so sad.
I will be honest, I think B2 affected me more.
I know.
A lot of the episode. I think it's because B2 has like such an innocence about him that makes it worse.
He's got like a sad dog vibe of like, I just want to stay. Can I come with you? It's like, no, buddy, you can't come with me this time. I'm tearing up thinking about it.
With us being dog owners, it hits even harder. I mean, anyone with pets, anyone with, you know, anything that they love so much. Like, I know if something happened to me, Molly would probably be like that.
Yeah.
And same thing with Mushu. It's just, it kills you because he's like a dog.
He's like a big, silly dog. I mean, one of the things that like, it hurts a lot about that is just, Meg and I have the foreknowledge of like things that happen in season 2. So we know some of the things that happen to B2 in season 2. And it's still sad.
B2 can't catch a fucking break.
No. Oh my god, look at this picture of Molly. This is Megan's dog.
Oh, that's my girl.
Yeah, I was looking for pictures of my dog and found pictures of your dog on my phone.
Thank you for showing everyone my dog for me.
I do love this picture of Molly too.
She's my little girl. She's my girl.
I trying to find a picture of Mumu. I have so many pictures of Mushu, but just like which one, you know?
There's one that comes to my mind from Mushu.
Which one? There's so many. This is my stupid dog.
Mushu.
He's so cute. I love him. Is this one. This is my favorite picture of my dog. Anyway, B2 reminds me of my sad, dumb boy dog, and I love him, and it makes me sad. Anyway, let's get into some notes. I'm feeling particularly sad because we said goodbye to Marva. We said goodbye to Melshi. This is the last time we see Saw Gerrera for the season. I mean, apart from like Luthen's super cool, kick-ass, like fight scene that he had towards the end of that episode, like everything was pretty dour and sad this episode. But what did you think?
I'm depressed.
Real.
That is the only feedback I can give from this episode. This was a very sad episode.
Yeah, I did not remember this episode being this like heartbreaking.
It was really hard. Like Cassian finding out Marva died, B2, seeing Marva die, and he's like, I want to go with you. I want, he says, and I wrote, I don't want to be alone. I want Marva.
I want Marva.
And I was like, oh, that killed me.
All right, let's talk about something that's, well, it's all sad.
This was just a sad episode.
Yeah, this episode was like way more depressing the second time around for whatever reason.
Would you say this is like the Dark Night of the Soul?
No, only because the climax and the resolution are the next episode. Well, actually, I would consider the Dark Night of the Soul episode 8 and 9 when Cassian's in prison, only because it's like the all hope is lost. I use those terms interchangeably because depending on what books on screenwriting you read, it'll be referred to as two different things. In some, it's called the Dark Night of the Soul, and some it's called all hope is lost. It's basically like the character's lowest moment. I've talked about it a few times on this channel. But Cassian's Dark Night of the Soul, I think, is when he goes to Narkina 5, in and only in that it is like there is no way out. Everything that he's done up until that point has led him here, and he does feel like everything is gone. I could hear an argument that this is Dark Night of the Soul, but I think it's too late in the story because the climax and resolution has to happen next episode to complete the story circle, and I'm just not 100% sure that this is the right moment in the overall 12 episode arc. So I would say no, but that is my personal opinion. I could be wrong.
I would argue that this is B2's Dark Night of the Soul.
B2's been having a Dark Night of the Soul.
It's just permanent Dark Night of the Soul for him.
He just like me for real.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Marva died.
Yeah, Marva died. We learned that Ferrix does 2-day funeral processions where they cremate and turn people into bricks that are then placed. Their names are like carved into it, and then their names are carved into the bricks, and then the bricks are laid somewhere within the city to help build the city up. This is like a Ferrix tradition.
I actually really like that. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's pretty cool.
I think that's super cool. It's I think it's the only funeral rite that we really know of in Star Wars. When Padme dies, you get a quick glimpse of Naboo, of them like walking her through the streets when they're saying goodbye to her, and Queen Jamila is there. But that's, I mean, the Jedi disperse, but I don't know that that counts as a funeral rite. That's just like the body returns to the Force. But this is like a funeral rite. Like this is a funeral. So I'm not sure. It's one of very few, if there are others that I'm just not thinking of.
Well, when Leia dies, they like laid her body out and they kind of Snow Whited her a little bit.
Yeah. Or was that just because she died on, I don't remember where Leia died. The sequels are not my favorite, so I've seen them like 3 times and that's it. I want to say Leia died on a ship, but I think I'm wrong. I think she did die.
She died on a planet. I've only seen that movie once because I will say probably my least favorite.
Episode 7 is fine. 8 and 9, bottom of my tier list.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I think it's a good way. The only way to describe it is just fine.
It's fine. Average.
Mediocre at best.
Oh, Tomorrowland. Never change. Never die.
Also, Bix is still being tortured.
Yeah, Bix. If I was Bix, I would have killed myself, personally. But she's a much stronger character than I am because I would not have survived half of the shit that poor woman has been through.
It's insane. It breaks my heart. Again, sad episode. I honestly didn't take a ton of notes this episode. A lot of it was me saying, I am sad.
I drew 2 frowny faces. Yeah, I did. I did one for B got upset over Marva, and then I just wrote Melshi with a little frowny face and a little tear.
That's amazing. See, there's mine.
I am sad. Here.
Let's see these frowny faces.
Melshi's is right here. Yeah, let's just go through these real quick. I think this is going to be pretty short notes wise. This was a short episode too. This was only like a half hour. We had a great scene between Clea and Vel in which I briefly discussed the power dynamic between them. I think Clea is the one that holds the power there, but I'm not 100% sure. Very interesting dynamic. The two of them are fascinating characters. We've seen them interact a couple of times in season 2. I can't wait to see them interact some more times, especially given what happens in episode 6 of season 2. The Empire is going to kill Anton Krieger, who is a faceless character that we don't even see in this show, who Luthen is willing to sacrifice for the greater good. Saw Gerrera was willing to work with him in order to get Luthen's materials, and Luthen was like, nah, man, you gotta just let him die. And Saw was like, huh? And Luthen was like, yeah, the Empire's gonna take him out, and it'll be better for us because they will think they killed Axis. And Saw was like, damn, you're right, fuck that guy. And then they were just gonna let 30 something people get killed, which is sad, but it's war. That's what Saw says.
I feel like Luthen, is like, like a magician. They have like the sleeve and they pull out all of these different color flags and stuff like that, like the cloth. That's Luthen with how much he has up his sleeve and just keeps pulling out. When you just think he's out, no, it keeps going.
Yep. He's super cool. I wrote down a line that I really liked that Luthen said, which is Clea tells him there's nothing more you can do about helping find Cassian. And he said that's never true. There's always more to be done. Luthen does have like an altruistic streak about him, and I do like that. I like that as part of his character. Lastly, we had Melshi and Cassian saying goodbye. Cassian lied to Melshi. Melshi asked him if everything was okay back home, and he said, yep, everything's fine. And Melshi was like, well, I gotta go because I gotta go tell all these people what the hell is happening in Narkina. And Cassian was like, peace out, my dude. My question is, I'm gonna ask this to you, Megan. I'm gonna turn the tables a little bit. When do you think Melshi joins the rebellion? Do you think he joins before Cassian? Do you think he's in the rebellion in season 2? For reference, Meg and I have seen up to episode 6 of season 2 so far. 7, 8, and 9 come out tomorrow night. So we are currently about to begin the Gorman Massacre arc, which begins in 2 BBY, 2 years before Rogue One, 2 years before Cassian and Melshi, all of them die. We haven't seen Melshi yet in season 2. Spoilers. Haven't seen Melshi yet in season 2. So that means that Cassian hasn't had contact with him in the stories that we're seeing or whatever. But we know from the trailers and we know from interviews and stuff that Melshi and K2SO are supposed to show up in season 2 of Andor. Whether that's in the final arc or this upcoming arc will remain to be seen. I am not 100% sure. I actually have a theory that the K2 droids are going to show up on Gorman, and that's where Cassian's going to get K2. Meg and I have talked about this off camera a little bit before when we were still setting up today. I don't know why Cassian would go back to Gorman because he went to Gorman and left. I don't know. That's all coming up later. I'm not going to talk about it. See that in our season 2 reaction. Check those out to see our discussions about those. Regardless, back to Melshi. When do you think Melshi officially joins the rebellion? I'm curious if you have any thoughts.
I think he joins before Cassian. I think he's already in it and Cassian joins and then Melshi's there.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it would be really funny if, because like we see here, they don't really give each other a like, yeah, hit me up when you're on your way back, dude. I mean, it's probably they could have done it, at some point on the ship when they were on their way to Neamos or something and talked about how to get in communication with each other. They probably did that because they trauma bonded, for a month and a half in Narkina 5 or however long they were there. I love the idea that Melshi goes off on his own and joins the rebellion on his own. And Cassian joins the rebellion too at some point because we see him working for Luthen again in season 2. And I love the idea that Cassian just gets put on a mission as like, Melshi? And Melshi's like, Cass? They have like this Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely reunite in that sort of way, like where Cassian gets on a ship, like you said, and then he sees Melshi and they're like, oh my God. And they have they reunite. I think that's probably what's going to happen. It's going to be probably after the Battle of Gorman.
I think it'll either be that or Cassian will find Melshi because he needs him for something. I don't know. I think it's going to happen one of two ways. I think it's either going to be that we're not even going to see how he recruits Melshi because we're jumping through a year through time in season 2. So there's a possibility that we might not see how he recruits Melshi or how Melshi is recruited. I think it's possible that there's a couple different ways this can happen. One is that Melshi and Cassian are already working together and they got together off screen at some point. We never see it, which is fine. I don't care. I just like Melshi. I want him back. I want him to have a bigger role because I like him. Two, we see Cassian approach Melshi. Jesus, that's getting hard for me to say. We see Cassian approach Melshi and recruit him. Or three, we find out that Melshi is already in and Cassian's already in, and then we see them team back up. I think it's going to be one of those three ways, probably. I'm actually kind of leaning, now that I think about it, I could totally see it happening off screen because it's a whole year of time.
Yeah, it is a whole year. Yeah, my bet is that Melshi's already in it. Also, I realized that I said Battle of Gorman, not the Gorman Massacre.
I mean, Battle of Gorman, I mean, it's not like it's completely incorrect. I think everyone would know what you mean.
I realized it after I said it, and I was like, okay.
Okay. Well, that was all of my notes. Do you have anything?
Not really, except that really noticing. I mean, we already knew this, but Lita is so different from Mon Mothma. She's could not be more different than her mom.
In a bad way.
Yeah, not in a good way. It's just complete. It's kind of like you have a child and you're like, I want the best for them. I want to raise them. Like you said, like that kind of protectiveness. Like I went through this, so I don't want to like her to go through this. And then it turns out that she loves all of those things and kind of idealizes it. So it's just kind of like, she's kind of like, what do I, it probably kills her on the inside. And we know for sure that it does, but it makes her daughter happy. So it's that crossroads of like, which one? And then as we all know, like in this, we saw that it's hinting towards that she is going to be agreeing to possibly betroth her to
Scaldon.
Yes,
son.
thank you. Scaldon's son. Again, I am tired, but I'm hanging in there.
It's all good. You did great considering that you slept like 3 hours last night. Again, that's the end of my notes. Good episode. I liked it. I'm really sad that season 1 is over, but really excited because season 2 is we're still 2 weeks away from season 2 being over, but I am loving season 2 so far, even better than season 1. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed our reaction, you can check out the other reactions that we have coming very, very soon. We will have season 2 of Andor coming out, and Meg and I are also planning on doing The Legend of Vox Machina and Arcane are the 2 shows we're going to be doing next. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. You guys can check us out in our next episode, which will be the season finale of Andor season 1. And then we'll be back in a little bit with Andor season 2. So very excited about that. So thanks guys for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye! Bye.